look like, guys? You know what this is, man. It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that Repent or Die podcast, man. Hey, look. You know, usually I don't, talk about, like, stuff that goes on in this world. But sometimes I gotta talk about the things that affect everyday lives of black people. And now, you guys know basketball is a very important sport within the black and brown community. We as black people, we love basketball. Melanated people, colored people, however you want to identify yourself. We love the sport of basketball. But I gotta let you guys know, man, the NBA game has not been the same for a very long time, man. The essence of basketball is just not what it is. The passion, the love, the commitment for this game is just not what it is. And because of that, I blame it on two people. Yes, I hold two people accountable for the demise of the NBA game. And those two individuals is LeBron James and Steph Curry. Let me say it again. LeBron James and Steph Curry. These are the two individuals who single-handedly destroyed the love of basketball. Single-handedly. So, let me start off with Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry's great. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna deny this man's talent. By far the greatest shooter that ever shot basketball in the world. Period. Not gonna dispute that. You guys can say whatever. He, is the magnets, whatever. I seen this man play in the park, and I'm sure there ain't no magnets in them parks, and that man was killing. That man is just a killer. It is what it is. But the reason why I hold Steph Curry accountable, because Steph Curry made brothers and sisters only focus on two things: dribble and shooting threes. When you see today's basketball players, whether they teenagers, high school ballers, college, and even to the NBA, everybody's more focused on the three. I'm seeing 7-foot guys. For example, the Timberwolves. Now, you got a 6'11" power forward who can play center at times. Decides to take 3-point shots. 13 of them, actually. Now, this is a guy who's 6'11", wingspan is about, let's just say, 7'5", who takes his game outside, shoot threes. And it's not efficient enough for him to be doing it. Now you get your days where they're on. But Steph Curry came into the NBA, even through college. He was a flat-out shooter. He was an assassin, and we all know that. We can't deny that. I seen him in Davidson. I was rooting for him. You know why? Because Steph Curry represented people that was my height, right? I'm 5'10" and a half, 5'11". So Steph Curry was like Iverson for us. He was just a gunner. Iverson was just more thorough. You know what I'm saying? Iverson was just a street dude. You know what I'm saying? Iverson was the epitome of the block. You heard? But Steph Curry was the underdog of the underdog. Undersized. Weight was not up to par. You know what I'm saying? He was fragile when he came into the league. Very fragile. But he overstood everything, took over every obstacle, and became one of the greatest that ever did it. But in the process of him doing what he's doing, he turned the game around to the point where nobody is trying to at least develop a mid-range. Develop a mid-range. And when you master the mid-range, then you take it out to the three-pointer. No. Even NBA scouts, the NBA Combine was yesterday. They're more focused on if this man could hit a three-point shot. And when you look at the NBA, This is the only thing you see. Layup, dunk, three-point shot. There's no mid-range. There's no mid-range game. There's no pick and roll in the mid-range. There's none of these things. All of these things is completely gone. And listen, I can't knock Steph Curry for what he do. He's a shooter. He was born to shoot. But the fact that the NBA took that approach, took that route and said, yeah, this is where the money is at. Even when you see video games, like my son play basketball. Right? And when he was on the basketball team, the coaches are setting up plays or shoot a three. And I'm saying, what happened to the fundamentals of basketball? How are you going to tell a child to work on his three-point game when he didn't even work on his mid-range? See, when I was growing up, you had to work. It was from the inside out, right? You had to learn how to take it to the hole. You had to learn how to dominate the backboard, meaning you know every angle of the backboard to hit for the baskets to go in, right? That's why Tim Duncan is one of the greatest, underappreciated, but that man was the epitome of original type basketball. You understand? Hitting it off the backboard, mastering it here, figuring it out there. You understand? He did that. He mastered that. You understand? Which is beautiful. And then from there, you take it mid-range. You know what I'm saying? When we was learning how to do layups, they had something called the floater line. Yes, the floater line. You know, like they got the layup line. We had something called the floater line. You had to master the floater. That's why you see somebody like Stephon Marbury coming down fast-paced, throwing it up, floater. These are things, these were fundamentals in basketball, which is no longer in existence because everybody is more focusing on, can he shoot the three? Can he make this three-point shot? And it's frustrating because for somebody that grew up watching basketball, I'm watching basketball literally be destroyed. I can't even watch it. That's why everybody's going crazy for somebody like Jalen Brunson, right? Because he's doing what? He's taking on the mid-range game. He got a mid-range, an out-range, because that's what basketball is. You understand? And that's what Steph Curry did, where children now don't want to learn the mid-range games, don't want to work on their footwork. They want to get straight to the threes. They want to shoot threes, lay up, shoot threes, lay up, shoot threes, lay up, shoot threes, lay up. That's all these young boys want to do. You know what I'm saying? And when you try to school them, and it's hard for them to comprehend because they're only gonna mimic what they see. And what they seen in the NBA is exactly what I'm saying. Either you taking it to the hole with a layup, pause, you're dunking the ball, pause, or you shooting a three. And if you have a mid-range shot, kudos to you, right? That's Steph Curry. That's how he destroyed the NBA. Now let's get to LeBron James. Let's get to LeBron James. You gotta save the best for last. You have to save the best for last. Let's get to LeBron James. Now, off the court, as a father, as a colored man, black man, melanated man, however you want to label him, he is the epitome of what a black man should be. He's the epitome of that. Always with his wife, family man, love his children, do what he gotta do for them. You understand? He's the epitome of that. And I would never knock him for that. I would never discredit what this man do. I would never discredit what this man do as a black man. Straight from the bottom, made something out of nothing, came from the projects, got out the hood, took care of his family, put his children in a space to not only make long-term money, but also make it into the NBA. So I would never knock this man for what he has done for himself and his family. But we gotta call a spade a spade. You gotta call it how it is. And what we're gonna call is, yes, LeBron James has destroyed basketball. LeBron James had made basketball a soap opera. LeBron James is the epitome of a soap opera queen, right? And the reason why is the antics that he has done over the last 20 years. The only time LeBron James was a solid individual, and I kid you not, was the first 2 years of him being in the league. When he became the face of the NBA, he took the NBA and it went downhill from there. He brought complaints. He brought girlish tactics to the league, where you seeing dudes now are getting hit and they flopping and making a dramatic scene for no ass reason. LeBron James is the father of that. LeBron James made basketball players, great basketball players, want to link up and say, yo, man, me, you, and such, we can come together and we can come a power source and win. This is the NBA. And look how the NBA turned out. Look how the NBA turned out. There's no balance no more. Nobody is trying to get it from the mud, right? Nobody's trying to get it from the mud. It's like, listen, man, let's link up. These brothers is having conversations. And what makes matters even worse is he took away the competitive nature. He made things lovey-dovey. He made everybody love each other. I don't want to love you when we competing. You can't have competition and love in the same sentence. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And LeBron James been trying to make that make sense. Hard foul, and then when it's all said and done, he's giving you a hard hug. No. He made the NBA soft and made the NBA accept this behavior. Accept this behavior. And look at us now. Look at the sport. Look at the sport. The most dominant. Listen, Anthony Edwards right now is a breath of fresh air. You know why? Because he's carrying that cloth of old school basketball, competitiveness, but yet being respectful, because you know we're living in sensitive times. So you can't speak and having an opinion and voice yourselves without being demonized as a chauvinist and showing off. They don't like that, right? They want you to be humble, but he's very humble, but he's humble in a unique way, where somebody like LeBron James is always complaining. LeBron James is the epitome of what society is now, not holding himself accountable, right? I'm watching old Kobe tapes when he lost to the Suns. They asked Kobe what went wrong. He says, man, I messed up. He said training camp starts right now, and they just lost. See, that's the competitiveness that is lacking in the NBA. That is the competitive nature that is lacking in the NBA. And it has been gone because of LeBron James. Because LeBron James said, hey, it's just basketball. It is what it is. It's lacking. And we as individuals can't afford to have that. We need great basketball. We need basketball where brothers and sisters coming from a long days of work, right, can relate to the brothers that's on the court. But we're living in a society that's embracing this soft type of energy. They want you to be aggressive, but yet passive. They want you to be passive aggressive. How can you do the both? That doesn't even make sense. How can you be passive aggressive? You have to explain that to me. How can you become passive aggressive? How? And this is what the game has become. What the heck is wrong with these people? And this is what the game has become. We have become passive aggressive. And LeBron James killed it. I can't blame nobody. people's jobs is being lost. Like, I watched something on ESPN, you know, on my downtime when I get overwhelmed with all this studying. I like to, like I said, I'm a basketball head. Paul, basketball and boxing, you know what I'm saying, and a little bit of soccer. You will always find me in the mix, because these are the things that I grew up on. I didn't grow up on baseball. Football was cool, but that wasn't, I didn't grow up on that. But boxing and basketball, that's all I know. So I was watching something, and in this conversation, it was said that coaches and league officials don't want to play for somebody like LeBron James, because when things go wrong, he never holds himself accountable. When things go wrong, he never holds himself accountable. Now, I want to know, when did the player become more powerful than the company? I want to know, when did the player become more powerful than the organization, than the team? Not even Michael Jordan was more powerful than the Chicago Bulls. Jordan became Jordan outside of basketball. But in basketball, Jordan was never more powerful than the Chicago Bulls. How did LeBron James become more powerful? It's to the point where they go to LeBron James and ask him, what do you feel about this? Do you like this? Is this okay? And everybody says, yeah, no, okay. When LeBron James get frustrated, he don't point the finger at himself. He don't say, damn, man, I got to do better. Damn, man. He'll say, yo, we had a whole lot of nagging injuries, man. A lot of our people was injured, man. A lot of this was going on, man. A lot of that was going on, man. And because of that, you know, this is the reason why we fell, and this is the reason why we were suffering. No. Like, we don't want to hear that from a superstar. A superstar says it how it needs to be said. Yo, man, I hold myself accountable. I take full responsibility for it. That's why he could never be in the conversation as the greatest. I don't give a damn about all these accolades. He's not even before Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won in every level pertaining to basketball. High school, college, NBA, MVPs. Damn, they done locked on everything. That man runs it all. Right? And I don't care what anybody tells me. If your finals record is you have more losses than wins, you can never be considered a GOAT. Just like Jerry West. I don't care what Jerry West do. I don't care what he's a face, could never, ever in life, ever be considered the great. He would not even be in the conversation. And guess what? LeBron James is one of those individuals too. We don't care about, listen, all these accolades. If you playing 20 years, I would expect you to dominate and break every record. If you playing 20 years in an NBA, in a time where, you know, being aggressive is no longer needed, right? Where I could just tap you in your butt, pause, and it's a foul. Come on, man. That doesn't count. His basketball IQ is not as great as people think it is. It's easy to have a basketball IQ when you got the game spread it out the way that it is. You can see people's move. What is there to do? If you're playing the corner, all you're going to do is from the side, from the corner to the rim. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. Right? But like I said, I'm not here to knock this man's accomplishments, because he did a lot for himself and for his family. I'm not knocking that. What I'm knocking is how he destroyed the competitiveness of basketball, the passion of basketball, how basketball, it was win or die. He killed that. He took that away. He took away taking responsibilities as a superstar. You can never take away responsibilities as a superstar when things go wrong. You hold yourself accountable. And he never did that. And because he never did that is the reason why he would never be the great. It's the reason why the NBA is where it's at now. Look at today's players. Everybody, even the way that they sit on the podium, reminds you of LeBron James. Yeah. He's the king of flops. He's the king of complaints. He's always yelling, always shouting, always mad. He's mad at his teammates. He's the one that's going to say, you know what? If I don't get what I want, I'm not playing here. And people will jeopardize the integrity of their team to please LeBron James. And let me be the first one to tell you this. And I don't want to be the considered hater one. But I got to tell the truth. I got to call it how it is. LeBron James' son will be a bust. Let me say that again. LeBron James' son will be a bust. Let me say that one more time. LeBron James' son will be a bust. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you feel. This is a fact. He's already damaged goods. Your arteries, your heart, the most important part of a basketball player's body. Any sports player, if your heart not beating and you already get operation, he's getting all of this acknowledgement because of his dad. It's not because of his talent, because he does not have no talent. I tell you guys all the time, you guys are worried about him. You need to worry about the other one, the one that's like 6'7" with the glasses. Even when he was young, me and my little bro was like, this one right here is gonna be the problem. Anybody that knows basketball, that really knows the game of basketball, can see the potential in him. There's no potential in LeBron James and Bronny James. There's no potential in him. He's gonna potentially be drafted, and I promise you, watch. You're gonna watch the NBA. You're gonna see this man play, and you're gonna witness with your own two eyes, and you're gonna say, "Damn, LeBron James' son was really a bum." He doesn't possess anything. He's not athletic the way that you think he is. He doesn't have speed. He doesn't have a jump shot, and we know he don't play no D. So why is he in the combine? Because he wants to be with his dad. Because his dad knows the window is closing. And even for LeBron James, I think it's important for him to just start calling it quits. Like, bro, you broke the all-time leading scoring record. Your legs is not, endured enough to play against individuals who is like an Anthony Edwards. Like, these dudes, you got a whole miles. You got years on them legs, man. Them dogs is literally reservoir dogs, man. It's over. They're not young pups. You ain't flying in the air. You know what I'm saying? You just call it quits, bro. Call it quits. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be all right. Call it quits. Play. I don't know. Play baseball. Play something. But basketball is just not you no more. That chapter in your life needs to just let it go. You need to go to another realm, another chapter in your life to do something else. Basketball is not it, and you holding on to it. And they had a debate where they said, shout out to KG and Paul Pierce, where they said that the era of LeBron James, KD, who else? Was it another person? LeBron James, KD, Steph Curry, Draymond. That era is over. And at first, I didn't believe it because I know KD can still give you 30 a night, but then again, we're watching basketball where it's offense based, it's not defense based. So putting up 40 a night, that's really nothing. But when it really matters, like the playoff times, you see these brothers' flaws. You see that they can't keep up with the young. They'll do one or two plays, but the third play, the fourth play, you can see their legs getting tired. You can see the exhaustion. They just grasping for air. You see these things. And it's like, fam, you feel me? Like, yo, it's gonna be alright, man. You know, you know, pick up something else, man. KD, you could rap. You know what I'm saying? You honestly could rap. I like your music. You could rap, man. Get your 16s in, rap. You and Dave East is cool. Rap. Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? You know you are entrepreneur. There's a lot of things you can do outside of basketball, right? You got 4 rings. You know what I'm saying? You got 4 rings. You got MVPs. You know what I'm saying? It's time to just give up. It's time to just pass the torch. Pass it. You know what I'm saying? Pass it to Luka. Pass it to Shai Alexander. Pass it to Brunson. Pass it to Ant-Man. You know what I mean? You gotta just pass it, man. You gotta pass it. You gotta pass these torches. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan knew it was over when Kobe came on the scene. He knew it was over. He knew it was over when Iverson came on the scene. You know what I'm saying? You just know that it's over. Even though you can't compete. Even though you can't compete at a high level. But they just come a time when you just know it's over, man. It's over. When you hit 35, 36, you know what I'm saying? And you got, 14 years over these young boys. And these young boys coming into the NBA 19, fully ready. Right? Look at what's his name? Look at Ant-Man. That boy came into the league fully ready. He just didn't understand the fundamentals of it. But man, that boy got it. And the NBA is his. It's his. The NBA is his. If he stay on a humble type of time, and he stay G'd up and not caught up into the nonsense, that man is gonna be the face of the NBA, man. And I approve it. I ain't mad behind it. I approve it. But that's just my take, man. The 2 individuals that killed the NBA, Steph Curry and LeBron James, man. Nobody else. Y'all can take it how you want it. It is what it is. I'm gonna do another live. My other live is gonna be on a serious type of time, man. You know. I just gotta get this off, and definitely post this up on my YouTube, because people on YouTube thinking that I don't talk my talk. They think I'm just all biblical, which is true. But I do get engaged into the sports sometimes. Only basketball and boxing. I'm always gonna commentate on those things. I'm passionate about that. But anyway, continue supporting. Leave your feedbacks, positive and the negative. We want it all. Share this to your friends and your family. And if you agree, give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart. If you disagree, give me your reasons. See, a lot of you guys be disagreeing but don't give no reason. I need your reasons. Do you agree that LeBron James and Steph Curry killed the NBA? Do you agree that LeBron James, Steph Curry, and all the other old heads need to retire and give the baton or pass the torch to the young bucks? Do you agree? Give your input. I'll be waiting for it. Yeah. So again, it's your brother, man. If you those don't know who I am him, man. Junns the NBIC, aka Mr. Keep My Foot. You hear me? My foot on you heathens, you he-goes, and the newly installed He the Nice Next. Are you dumb or are you dumb? And I'm gonna holla at y'all.